What's going on, everybody? Mana is over $7 Canadian. So, just like I said in my video previously, I think we're going to 10. I'm going to explain how I think we're going to get there. But, let's get into some price action and just talk about what we've seen in the past and kind of where support levels are. But, I don't know if it's going to be in the next few months or in the next few weeks, but I think this thing's going to 10. And, I'm just strapping in for the ride. But before I get into it, if you guys want to pick up some Decentraland Mana sweaters, feel free to head over to our Etsy store here at SNL Essentials. The link will be in the description below. We got these pretty cool Mana sweaters. If you guys are interested, they're unique design to our Etsy store alone, and it helps to support this channel. So feel free to check those out, or some of our other patterns there on the website. SNL Essentials on Etsy. And anyway, so back into Mana. So yeah, we're up, over the past day we had a move all the way up to $7.50 Canadian. So that would have been like almost $6 American, right? So when I say $10, I mean $10 Canadian. If you go back and watch this video that I made here, right, you'll see that I basically explained to you guys exactly how I saw this playing out. And if you looked at the chart, you could see that $5 Canadian was going to act as support, and over the last week, $5 basically was holding. It dipped down to about $4.50 for a bit, but overall, when you look at the overall chart, $5 basically was your low, and then you would have gotten a 50% return if you would have been buying that dip to $5. So if we go back, I told you guys to buy this at $1. I gave it to you guys at $1. Way back here, gave it to you guys at $1. Gave it to you guys at $3.50. Said buy it at $3.50 because $3.50 was starting to act as support from previous resistance, and then that previous resistance turned into support, and $3.50 held, and then we had a bounce all the way back up to $5. And you can see here, where was the top of this candle? $4.50. So that's why you saw that $4.50 ended up acting as support back here. And then when we had this previous breakout, we had $5 holding as support. So all I've been doing is buying the dips into these support levels, which were previous resistance levels. So if we look at the all-time chart, right, we had this 150 as a resistance level. So that's why when it dipped down to $1, I was buying, and then waiting for that breakout, selling some, and then buying more into this dip down to $3.50, right? And I actually found this charting on coinmarketcap.com to be a little better. So this, just kind of gives me the ability to draw the lines a little better, right? So you can see the resistance levels here, right? If you go look directly here, just want to make sure that you guys are seeing this. You should be seeing this. Yeah, you guys are seeing this. Okay, so like everything you're seeing here in these resistance levels, where is this, right? Look at this level, right? This top, if you go to the top here, where are we talking, right? 350, right? So that was the resistance point, the initial resistance from the first breakout, right? So 150 was your initial resistance point. Once that broke, you had 350 as a resistance point, and then that was going to be your support, right? So as this broke above, it came back down and held that same support level. So now you see this line I'm drawing here in the chart, you can see that that's basically your support level. So when you go over here, you see that it held support here at 350, right? And that's exactly what you're trying to do, is trade these support and resistance levels. So the same thing happened here when it broke out above these levels, right? Where was your support? Where was your support? Well, your support was the previous resistance levels, right? So if you go back to when this broke out above, right, this broke out all the way to like 450 and then to 5, and then when it came back down, 5 started acting as your support level. So that's why in this video I talked about basically buying the dip to 5 and holding for a move to 10. And I said that in order for this move to take action and actually work, it needed to hold 5 and then give you a breakout towards 10. So basically everything I said is happening, and in the last day, we've had that continuation move. We had the holding of $5 since I made that video, right? We had the holding of $5, and then we had the breakout towards 750, which is a 50% return from $5 Canadian, right? So now what we're doing is we're looking at the previous resistance levels. So, right? So if we go to the monthly chart, we can see that for like around this kind of this $4.50 level here, right? This kind of low fours, you know, that's going to be our full resistance, right? Or our full support. But even over here, right? And this is all American, so these prices are a little different, which is why they seem so different, right? But because they're American, I can't get the Canadian price levels on this chart here, but the charting itself is better. So I just, you know, I'm just using it. Anyway, what really matters is just understanding these support levels, whether you're looking at it American or Canadian, just understanding where you should be buying, looking to add to your position, right? So any dips towards $5 should be good buying levels. And over the past week, we've seen this 530, 540 Canadian level act as really hard resistance. So that to me is your primary support level. Everything up here is kind of still needs to prove itself. But this dip down to this $6 is a good indication that we have strong support here around above $5, and now into the sixes we have support. But I would say that you want to be cautious waiting for a dip down towards $5 again, just like I was saying last week. But either way, it might be good to just add up in some in the sixes if it dips towards 6, just so you can have some for the move up to 10 if we're going to have that kind of a breakout, which I think we will. When you look at other different metaverse plays like Sand, we're having big time breakouts in some of these, right? So Sand in the last week has gone from basically $3 to $9 to $10. So it's up, you know, 3 times the value, right? So these are all the different metaverse plays that all these big companies are starting to jump into now, right? And we're having some articles come out talking about how different Canadian and other companies are putting money into these virtual real estates. Specifically, this one's talking about this $2.5 million worth of Decentraland being bought by a Canadian investment company. But the same thing's happening in the U.S. and putting money into Sandbox and, you know, a few of these other metaverse plays, right? So even Palantir is talking about putting money into metaverse plays. So go back and watch this video if you guys want to see my full prediction of how we're going to move to 10 and what you guys should be looking to do. But right now, what you guys need to do is just look for this thing to bounce. Hopefully it comes back down towards 6 and we can get then a bounce up to 8. But it's just crazy, right? This thing's just crazy. It just keeps going up. So, you know, I've been telling people to be cautious. I told people to be cautious at like $4. I told people to be cautious at 5. Now, at 6. Now at 7. It's like you still got to be extra cautious, man, because this thing's gone up 300% in the past, year. Well, it says year here, but it's actually more than that. Look at that, 600% in the past month, right? So this thing has just been going crazy, and we need to be aware of that, but also be cautious that if it fails and this chart starts to go to the downside, or we start to get a reversal. So all of these moves you've seen have been kind of making higher lows, right? We haven't had anything reverse, which is why I haven't really been selling anything up here, because it just looks like it wants to keep going higher and higher, right? So we kind of want to be cautiously optimistic, but also be aware that this thing could tank. But we also want to be buying the dips in case they're just small, drops for the next pump, right? Anyway, that's going to be the end of this video. Feel free to ask me any questions that you guys have below. If you guys feel like you want to pick up any of these Mana sweaters, feel free to head over to our Etsy store. And other than that, I'm just going to be watching this thing for a move to 10, and hopefully we're, seeing some serious gains in the next few days, or if not, we get a level off, move back towards 6, maybe even 5, 540, 550, that level there where I was showing you guys on the chart, right? That 550 level, which is really going to be our support level, our overall support level from back here, right? So we had all week 540 was kind of your main level of resistance. So now that's going to be an area I'm going to really look to support. Just like I was telling you guys to buy the dip at 350, if it dips to 540, that's going to be your best area of support and your best entry for a possible continuation long move. All right, thanks guys. Feel free to hit me up with some questions if you got any below, and let's go mana.